Look, their own first video of an unboxing, so you can have a look at the Tempest. The Hawker Tempest Mark 5 70-second Airfix. Usual stuff around the corners. Same artwork. And a little brief history when it focuses. There you go. Pause that if you like. Couple of designs, one for D-Day and one just before D-Day, as well as some recommended paints not included. And if you're doing the flying hours, you get a whole one there. Skill level 2. Okay, let's open this one up. Little jump cut there. So yep, focus. There we go. So one baggie full of all the sprues. You get the clear plastic in there as well. Good old Airfix instructions and the decals. Fairly nice decals. They're upside down. There you go. I have tried putting these things on before. I think it was the Typhoon I did it with. Yeah, horrible, didn't like it. And the D-Day stripes, again, I probably would paint that, because again, I've tried them before. Doesn't quite work. If people have had it work for them, great, good for you. Unfortunately, I've not had it work with me, so oh well, everybody's different. So let's go through the instructions quickly. More of the history of the Tempest itself. So I keep referring to it as a Typhoon. Clearly, if you look at the history, it was a Typhoon too, but it was so radically different from a Typhoon, they actually renamed it the Tempest. A little bit of like just standard stuff for it: speed, range, wingspan, length, and armament. As per usual at that time of the war, 4 20mm cannons. Fairly well detailed instructions. We'll need you to drill out a couple of holes here and there. The one thing I did spot, I spotted it down here and then we had to go back to the top here, is you got the gun sight, which is nicely in clear plastic, goes around the back, and the compass directly underneath, also clear plastic. So if you fancy being ambitious, trying to actually paint a compass there, yeah, you can try that. And as per usual for most RAF aircraft, don't think I've seen one that isn't got this inside. Umbro 78, pale green grey, plus 33 black. Hey, so just build the interiors as per usual. The wings, interestingly, they've got, as for, as you can see, landing gear up option. You've got to put the cannons in separately, though unlike the Typhoon, it is only just the end pieces, not the entire cannon itself. So you've got separate wheel bays as well, so you've got to put all that lot in, and if you're just doing wheels down, you don't need to worry about the covers, or the landing gear covers. Put the glass in, drill yet another hole, top wing on, finish making the cockpit. Quite useful bits of equipment there. So you got the 78, the grey green again, 33 black, 11th which is silver, and 54, which eludes me at this current point of time. Of course, at this point here, as from over there, the fuselage is assembled, so you just need to put the top piece on. The wing then slots awkwardly in. That's going to be entertaining to try and put together. Interestingly, the tailpiece, you got port and starboard, actually labelled up on the tail fins themselves, or the ailerons. Port for the left, starboard for the right. Again, if you follow instructions and the lettering, you'll be fine. put the tail fin on, landing gear up and down again, and if down, you got to put the covers over. Again, landing gear down, so you've got to fill in all the space in the inside, and yet again, Umbro 78 with 11 silver for the landing gear struts. That's interesting. 11 again. Got to put more of the interior in. More of this is the covers this time. There you go, and the wheels, black and silver. Radiator cooling flap. The extra little bits and pieces. Interesting that you actually have the exhausts are actually in 2 pieces, which you have to put together, and then you get the 6 stack, like all the later planes used to have. And depending, you got to decide now if you're going to make the A variant or the B variant, because that gives you 2 different nose spinners. How to put the spinner on and then have it in the spinny version, whether you want it to spin or just glue it in place. I tend to glue mine in place. Pilot with the usual cameo of somebody's face hiding there, one of the designers. If you want to put the pilot in, I tend not to in most cases. Aerial, and then the canopy, which you can have open or closed. And there you go, you got Roland Prosper B Monts plane, R-B, in the D-Day markings. As I say, the stripes went everywhere, so I probably would paint all that lot on, to be honest. But and the more standard variant, or less colourful, up to you. 486 Squadron's Royal New Zealand Air Forces one. Okay, now the sprues. Sorry, little jump cut as I open up the baggie and get all the sprues out, and then turn another little jump cut as I cough. There you go, they've got all the little lights, canopy, compass and gun sight, and I have no idea what they are. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about the Tempest, so sorry, my knowledge for what they are is lacking. But if you do know, and you do have the decal options for that, you have it right there for you. I'm guessing fuel tanks, but fuel tanks won't normally be clear plastic, so again, I'm not too sure, sorry. Main fuselage spinners and a few other things on it. Looks like they've got the top, they've got the seats, they've got the dash control column, dash cam, whatever, not dash cam, you know what I mean. Not a lot of interior, weirdly. I've seen some Airfix kits with more detail on the interior. You do have the throttle just hiding there. Some other little details there. Not a lot of detail on that one. A bit odd. All the panel lines look nice once the camera focuses. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Just about see them. Not too deep and nicely recessed. They'll sprue this time. Mostly the landing gear and the propeller. And you got the twin exhaust. It's a bit of a weird feature. The exhaust. No, they're not hollow, so I don't know why they've done it in 2 pieces. Must be a reason. Not too bad. Upper wing cannons and some of the other bits. And you got the pilot just there. Let's have a quick look at the again, that's normally I've seen that before, where I've had like the gratings for at least provide a bit of grip there, but no, they just seem to be straight plain plastic, so it's a bit annoying. And the pilot. Let's have a look. Not too bad, though the camera does seem to make him look like a jelly baby. Any of the old, like the old Airfix collectors will know the infamous jelly baby pilots, but they don't look. It doesn't look too bad. Paint them up, hide them under the canopy. You won't be able to make out the detail anyway. Here we go. Lower wing and some more of the control surfaces. Again, nicely detailed. Some of the panel lines are don't appear as deep on the underside as some of the others. You've got the Canon shell exhaust, shell ejections, and the link ejections there. Oh, I just spotted this. Look at the tyres. Focus. Not going to focus on me, are you? There you go. It actually says Dunlop on the side of them, and they are weighted as well, so it doesn't look like the tyres are about to burst because of that overpressurized. No, they're actually weighted nicely and say Dunlop both sides. Got the, you can just make up the little notch in the inside there where it connects to the landing struts, which were on the small sprue. They go like the little D shapes, just to make sure that when you assemble it correctly, the weighted part of the wheels, the flat bit at the bottom there, well, on the right to the camera, are actually at the bottom. Quite a few ejection pin marks, just one hiding there. Should be able to just file them out. They all seem to be in places where they wouldn't actually appear on the model itself, so there's a bonus. Yeah, there's the holes for the clear plastic, whatever they were. Sorry, again, still don't know. So yeah, nice little kit. I made the Typhoon, so that was quite an enjoyable kit, and I believe this would be quite the same, as it's pretty much the same thing. So, okay, thanks for watching my first ever unboxing video. Stay tuned, I've got a few more to come.